bet it's a bullet gonna get the last laugh.
Hello, my name is Eoric. You can find me on Twitch. I also tweet sometimes. I have been playing for 7 years, 8 years now. I started in Tekken 7, and Tekken 7 was actually, I wouldn't say the first fighting game that I played, but it's the first fighting game that I actually put a lot of time into. The first thing that I've had a problem with in this game is the absolute necessity that they feel like they have to add stance rushdown for every character. I'm a Bryan main. I'm just putting that out there. I don't understand why they need to give him the backsway off of like down forward 2-1. I don't understand the necessity to feel like they have to do that to every character. I do agree that they're probably trying to do it to make it more casual for people, to like help make people feel like they're doing good against people that are better than them, to just make them want to play the game more. But what I don't understand is why they're getting rid of the identity by adding the stance mix up. I guess really the only other fighting game that I can compare it to that I've played is the
2X
2X
KO.
KO.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I want to.
That one feels good, but they don't have a lot of stance mix-ups. It's all very simple stuff of strings leading to different ways that you can do moves, but there's no stances, and I like it. It's fun. You just have to learn the two different characters.
Anno lost identity, but the animates could care less because they're winning. So, like for you, right?
Right.
When they gave Bryan Fury that new low and they gave Bryan Fury all of this stuff, like, were you having more fun? What did you think about Bryan Fury kind of evolving into Tekken 8?
So I actually have this wrote down. Brian's major issues is his new additions of the moves, and that's why a lot of people hate fighting him. Snake Eyes is a good idea. I like it. But the way that they introduced it and the way that they gave him new moves with it that are just downright broken. I don't like his back 1+2. I think it's absolutely stupid. Now, they did make it better by making it go only into crouch where you could before either stand or crouch after you did it. But I still don't like any of his Snake Eyes moves. I don't even like his wall ender. Because a lot of people, whenever they complain about Bryan, it's his damage, it's his obscene wall carry, and it's just his obscene like wall pressure. Back in like Tekken 7, whenever you did back 3 and then you did the one knee into the next delayed knee, it made it to where you had like no Oki afterwards. Basically just either did down 4 or you just tried to follow the person while they were on the ground. You still have Oki after you do the up forward 1-1-1 ender. I don't understand why he gets Oki. The hatchet kick with Snake Eyes, I don't understand why that's not low parryable. It doesn't make sense that you have a low that you can't low parry. Now, that they're treating it like a heat smash. Obviously, it's -13, but why can't you low parry it if you know that it's coming? So you get a mix up from it too. You get a 50-50. You could also not do that and just decide to do Fisherman's Hook, and then you get a combo off of it. So he straight up got a 50-50 from it, like Incinerator. Incinerator is just too fucking stupid. It is too strong. Even if you step it, it still tracks. He just has so many tools that he gets from Snake Eyes that I feel like they just need to tone it down.
This is kind of like in a different ballpark, but going back to the knee versus Arslan debate, as a Bryan Fury player yourself, where would you place him in terms of like tier list wise?
Right now, he's definitely top 3. I wouldn't say he's top 1. I think I would still have to put Anna and Nina above him, but I don't think there is many characters in the game that are better than him. Only because he has quarter circle back 1, which is still +5 on block, by the way. It's an electric at that point.
Yeah.
I think Brian's taunt's in a good state, but because he has taunt heat smash, it just makes it broken. So all they have to do is just make it to where he can't do taunt heat smash. They just keep buffing damage, and that's what people complain about is his damage. But they're also giving him these tools that he's never had before. So he still has all this stuff like his excellent counter hits with like back 1 and forward 3. But then you give him a tool like forward 1+2 and Snake Eyes, which is a reversal of that wall splats. And then he gets basically a full wall damage combo from it. That I've never understood. This is getting into a whole nother conversation, but I don't think that they should listen to Twitter for buffs and nerfs, but I think they definitely need to listen to the community and try and figure out how they can make this character not so strong compared to everybody else.
How would they do that? How would they not listen to Twitter but listen to the community? What ideas do you have?
Well, I think they've been talking about wanting to do it like a Discord server, like hell, they could even do like a in-game feedback mechanic. A game like Tarkov, for example, they have an in-game survey that you can fill out. Something like that, I feel could just be good. Now, obviously, that would only work for the characters that you know and the characters that you fight regularly, but I just don't think that listening to only Twitter is a good way to go about it. Obviously, there's the casual side of the game, and then there's the competitive side of the game. There's always going to be that divide. I like casually playing the game. I like just sitting down and playing with my friends. But whenever it comes to the competitive side, there is so much now that you have to learn in order to figure out exactly what is the best situation for understanding what to do in this exact situation. I'm going to use Steve as an example for this. Whenever he goes into Lionheart stance, he has 3 highs out of that mix up, and then he has the mid homing heat engager, and then he also has all of his lows out of Lionheart. I don't understand competitively why he needs that. Casually, I can understand that because people just want to be able to have any option and mix up and obviously kill the person that they're fighting. Competitively, having all of that, it doesn't make sense. And any option, you're just gonna hold back because you don't want to get hit by the heat engager. But then you're opened up to the guard break, so you just get blown up for that as well. And then if you try to hit them out of anything or try to sidestep, you just can't because then you're just gonna get hit by both that guard break and that homing heat engager. The stance pressure that they give every character is making it competitively not fun to watch because you're just watching a gambling simulator, a casino. And even for legacy players that know how to fight these characters, they're changing how these legacy characters play so much that it just makes it harder to break habits, I guess. Obviously, the pro players can do that, but somebody like me that's been playing for 7 years, where I had to learn all this in Tekken 7, and I'm trying to adapt that all to Tekken 8, it just makes it harder.
So the question that I was going to ask you is like, so back in your Tekken 7 days, what kind of player were you? Were you like a Korean backdasher, a counter hitter, a keep out? Like what type of Tekken were you playing before Tekken 8?
I mained Bryan, obviously, but I also played a lot of Armor King. I loved Armor King. I'm excited that he's coming back, but I played Turtle. I played defensive, which made it so much harder coming to this game where they wanted aggression. But with Bryan, obviously, in Tekken, you wanted to play keep out and defensive because he just didn't have a lot of the generic tools that everybody has.
How do you feel about Tekken attacking the keep out turtle type playstyle?
Well, I think a lot of it came down to nerfed backdashing. Obviously, they made sidestepping better, but I think there's still problems with sidestepping that they need to address. And it's not necessarily that sidestepping is too small. Everything seems to track way more in this game. There's a lot of moves in this game that you try to punish them, and whenever you do try to punish it, you just get hit because of stuff like that where the hitbox just doesn't work. Like I am fully behind him in that clip and I do back 1-2 on King and I get hit somehow. I should be able to punish, and this could just be a problem with tracking 8, but the hitboxes in this game just are not good in my opinion. There was a problem with it a little bit in Tekken 7, but it wasn't so prominent because we didn't have a lot of moves that just had hitboxes that got so far extended forward. I feel like they've definitely made it to where a lot of moves just on block are not launchable, and a lot of moves even jail now. Like I don't understand why a lot of moves that even end in highs jail. Elisa's down 4 1+2, the like low kick that leads into the spinning head move, that second hit jails. I don't understand why that jails. I went on a tangent there. To get back on the defensive thing, they just made it to where everything is just not good defensive wise because they want you to attack and they want you to counter hit your enemy or the person that you're fighting. In Tekken 7, the thing was you need to wait for them to whiff or do a move that you can punish in order to get them opened up or do anything. I liked how Tekken 7 played better defensively than this game does.